Hey, beautiful people, welcome to the weekly Oracle guidance for June 22nd to 28th, 2020. Hey, beautiful people, me again. I'm just stopping in for today's weekly Oracle guidance with Mystic Tira. I'm just going to wait for her to get into the room so that we can go and chop it up into the space and see what's really sort of unfolding for us all this week on the cards as divinely orchestrated by Spirit. Okay, so I hope that you guys are having an awesome week thus far. I hope that you are filled with a vibration of love and prosperity throughout this week. I know it's going to be a fairly challenging week. I can feel the energies, but nonetheless, the marathon continues. The growth is inevitable, so we'll just ride the waves of the ocean. So, yeah, we'll just go ahead and let it all come out onto the cards first and foremost, and then we'll be able to sort of see what is the overall guidance for us, okay? And whilst I'm waiting for Mystic Tira to sort of get into the room, I do want to sort of mention that I've literally just done a guided meditation for us to help us to navigate through the energies of this week. So if you guys want to check that out, that is up on my IGTV now. So you'll be able to just get whatever you need as and when you need it with that meditation to be able to help navigate through the energies of this week. Okay, so we will just go ahead and get things popping, really. So I've just sent a message to Mystic Tira to come into the space. I've actually just sent her this live. For some reason, she's mentioned that she's not able to see me. There we go. Awesome stuff. Mystic Tira is now in the room. Hello, beautiful people.
Hello.
Hello, Divine Empress.
How are you?
Doing good, beautiful. How are you doing?
Fabulous. Nice to see you.
To
How
see
is
you
the
now.
weather been for you? This new full moon and the eclipse?
It's
Has it been
good.
faring well with you?
I've had the challenge of navigating through other people's challenges.
Yeah, that's what we're working through. It's
Yeah,
been tough, huh?
yeah,
Have
yeah.
you had time to sleep at all?
I am. My sleep is very limited. I'll say that much. I get a few hours every so often, and I'm just like, okay, that's probably all I need for now. How about yourself?
Oh, it's been so trying because I tell you what, last night I didn't sleep at all. I
Mm.
practically watched the whole night
Oh.
in front of my eyes, just every minute ticking by, and I couldn't sleep. I just could not sleep. And this is always the norm for me anyway,
Yeah,
being a
yeah,
light worker, a spiritual being. Whenever
yes,
the moon is changing, I
yeah,
really feel it. So yesterday
yeah,
it was a bomb. I
yeah,
was up all night till 5 a.m. and I
yes,
couldn't sleep. So I did a
wow,
bit of yoga, did some stretches.
yeah,
I still couldn't
yeah,
sleep. And then at
yeah,
6 o'clock, I put on my trainers and I went jogging in the park.
yes.
Came back. I came back at 7 a.m. and then I fell asleep. Can you
That's
believe it?
nice.
At
That's
7
nice.
a.m. So the whole night I was up with the moon.
Oh,
It's been crazy. But yeah,
definitely,
I hear you
definitely.
on kind of like dealing with other people's emotions. Emotions are really high right now. And we have a lot of people who are not able to manage their emotions. Can you hear me?
I
Okay.
can, but it's gone low all of a sudden.
Let me see. Turn my volume up. How is that? Is that better?
No, it's still a little bit low.
Oh. Hello, hello, hello.
Let me turn my volume up and
Yeah.
see if that helps.
So it's really been one trying eclipse.
Yeah.
It's really deep. I mean, it's heavy. It's really heavy. And also with the Cancer moon, it's all about relationship, really, really looking at what our relationship is based on. And also going back and healing the wounds. But that is really hard. That is the toughest part. Going back and what is the word? Kind of like closing the bridge.
Yeah.
You know, it's really tough because yeah, it's like, you know, you want to do it with some people, but then those people are not ready. Do you know what I mean? To kind of let it all go and release, which is what the new moon to manifest it, right?
Yes.
The new moon is about manifest, the old moon is about letting go. So how do we manifest when we haven't let go? Totally. It's the question.
Yeah.
This is what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many people out there doing the same, going through the same feelings, because you know, this is a collective energy. We all feel the same things at the same time. And yeah, this is my experience of eclipse. Oh, Mercury retrograde. I can't seem to get my words out. It's just, it's crazy. So yeah, here we are, trying to get all along with all the changes. How's it been for you?
It's been enlightening. It's kind of showed me parts of myself, like you said, that hasn't necessarily been healed. And it's just giving me an opportunity to work on those parts of myself. And I'm actually approaching it with a certain element of enthusiasm. I'm just so happy to be able to have this opportunity to see these issues, to work at them, to be able to heal them, to be able to move past them. I find the thing that I'm struggling with, when I said to you, like at the start, that I was struggling with, you know, other people's challenges and trying to navigate through that, I feel like that's pretty much the main sort of struggle that I'm having at the minute. I find that you know, like when it comes to my home dynamics, depending on how much work people are or aren't doing, a lot of that work that I'm trying to do is almost being discredited in the process, because I'm having to be, you know, taken aback into their processes of the things that they're trying to work through and they're trying to navigate through, and teaching me parts of myself as well throughout the process. So I'm happy for the opportunity to see my strengths and also to acknowledge my weaknesses at the same time.
Amazing. Sorry, I just realized my light wasn't on.
Yeah.
So here we are. No, but you know, you're right, because as light workers and people who are going through, well, I'm sure like yourself, your awakening happened a long time ago. You know, spiritual awakening. And for me as well, mine probably about the last 10 to 12 years, I've been awoken to the world that we're living in. However, there are people that are in my family, around me, that are just going through the process. So this is rather, there's a friction there where, you know, it's like being in school. Like, say you are in Form 5, I don't know whether you use form or secondary class or whatever. So you're in class 5, and then there's someone who is in class 1, just starting. And it's like, you know, you're up here and they're down here, and you can't really bring yourself down, and they have to catch up. And this is where the friction is coming through. And we're going to see it more and more with the people around us, with our family, with our friends. It's heavy, but we have to navigate through all of this. And hopefully we would all get to the same class and meet at the same sort of level. But yeah, I get you. It's really heavy. But we're doing the work, right?
We are. That's the beauty of it. I give thanks for that opportunity, because it's challenging, but at the same time, it feels like this is literally what the awakening was for in the first place.
Exactly, because somebody has to be awakened first to lead the others into the journey. And also, I find, I don't know whether you find the same, there are some people who are actually still reluctant to get on the journey. It's like they're fighting and kicking and punching, and then you and I, as a light worker, like we are in the way, right? Like, get out of my way! I don't want to do this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's challenging. It's definitely challenging, and it's to the point where sometimes I find myself wanting to be able to almost go back to sleep to make the process easier for myself.
You can't do that. It's like this. You cannot unlearn what you know already. You cannot unlearn it. You just, it's like you cannot go back. You are in Form 5. Well, you want to go back to Form 1?
Yeah.
No, it's not possible.
Yeah. That's all.
It's not possible, darling. Well, I must say you're radiating today. You've always beautiful, but today especially, you're so, your skin looks great. Your smile, and that's just, your aura is just shining.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. I feel like this Cancer new moon, this eclipse is really giving me an opportunity to clear out the old. So I'm excited for what the come down of this season's going to sort of bring, you know. And yourself as well, your energy just seems like it's lifted, you know, it just seems like it's sort of raising higher
Great.
in its vibration.
Thank you. It's
Yeah.
all that change that we're all going through. And also people trying to kind of press your buttons. I've had
Hmm.
the experience, and
Yeah.
it's like, we mature every day.
Mhm.
And so usually in the past, my reaction would be to get on the bandwagon and, words being exchanged. And
Yeah.
I'm finding, well, the work that I've done on myself, and especially in this time, I'm a bit
Mm.
more non-reactive,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
just like, okay,
Yeah.
because I understand where these people are coming from and what they're
Mhm.
feeling and how they're processing their awakening. And it's all
Yeah.
about, there's a lot of confusion within the people who are just awakening. And so
Yeah.
there is that push and pull to say,
Hmm.
like, and so anyone who's in their vicinity is going to get it. You're just going to get
Yeah.
it. There's no way out.
Definitely. Definitely.
Uh,
With the Mercury being in retrograde as well, I feel like people's emotions are being very distorted and they're confused about how they're feeling. And because of that confusion internally, they're just projecting a lot of that internal confusion is what I'm finding. And I'm just having to sit and observe it and wait for a moment of realization.
exactly. Don't react. Don't get on the bandwagon, because he's just going to pull us down. And, it takes a lot of energy
Yeah.
to even be angry these days. I can't do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I find myself just living in that vibration of love. So it's almost like when I'm met with anger, I'm just like, do you know what? I love you anyways. You know, thank you for letting me know that you're hurting internally. And I receive that. I love you anyways. I actually find that it's bringing me closer to God. I'll
Amen
say
to
that much.
that. Let's ring a
It's
bell.
it's definitely bringing me closer to God. I find myself going into worship. I find myself going deeper into prayer, and I find
Yeah,
myself going deeper into healing throughout the process
it's
of it.
reflecting on your aura. Were you online
Mm.
earlier on doing some
I
meditation?
was, I
Oh,
was, I was doing a meditation.
oh,
I
wonderful.
find that people are going to be resistant to the changes of this week, so I was doing an acceptance with gratitude meditation.
That's beautiful, beautiful. Well done,
Yeah.
girl. Now you see all the benefits is showing on you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Same here, darling. So what are we
Oh.
doing today, my darling?
I'm going to do a quick reading in the space because they're showing
Yeah.
me that you're actually going to be taking majority of the space towards the end, so I
No
need to make
way.
this quick.
Really?
For divine masculine and feminine needs as much insight and guidance as possible for the coming
Yeah.
energies of this week to navigate through it. So I just kind of want to quickly go into the space and see where
Cool.
we are collectively, and you can really unravel us and give us an opportunity to work on
Fabulous. Go
what's
for it, darling.
necessary. It's really
Go
quite
for it.
interesting. One of the things that I want to mention for people at this time, you know, time in itself is the best healer. It is the
Mm-hmm.
absolute best healer. So if there's anything that you're struggling with at the minute, take your time with yourself. It doesn't have to all, you know, you don't have to necessarily forgive and let go in the same breath, but just that intention to forgive will allow for you to get to that place of forgiveness and letting go on your journey, you know. So just bear that in mind. Time is the greatest healer. Okay. Going to sort of have a look and see. So where are we as collective consciousness as we navigate through the energies of this week's spirit? As clearly as you can, let us know where are we as we navigate through the energies of this week. Okay, so right, we are at the we're at the place of cornucopia. So whenever I get this card, this is basically speaking to me about abundance. This is letting me know that we're fertile for creativity. We're fertile for creation in itself. And this is a fertile time for us to be able to see fruition. What I do want to say is that this is an internal experience that we're having. This is a yin experience as opposed to a yang experience. Okay, so internally, we're going within to sort of see all the fruits that are there. Maybe some fruits are a little bit rotted, some fruits are a little bit spoiled in area, and we may need to, you know, take them out of the forest that we're sort of, you know, this fresh forest that we're building. We may need to just declutter. What I am seeing is that we're going through a path of new beginnings this week. The number of that card is 11. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the number of the card is 11. Okay, so what that's letting me know is that we're learning how to master ourselves. This is a new beginning of us learning how to master ourselves. This is a new beginning of us learning how to master our emotions, more importantly. And it seems as though for a lot of us, it is going to come through breakdowns in our romantic relationships to be able to teach us how to do that.
Wow.
And we'll have to learn how to live in the vibration of care. Regardless of whatever shows up for us romantically, it's actually teaching us to be emotionally secure. It's teaching us how to be emotionally content within our ourselves. And we're going to have to do a lot of internal reflection at this time. Okay, what path are we crossing as we navigate through this week, Spirit? As clearly as you can. Okay, wow. So we are crossing the path of happy family, guys. So again, this speaks volumes about the Cancer new moon that we're sort of navigating through for this week. Spirit's basically saying that there is abundance within the home dynamics, but first we have to be willing to observe it. First, we have to be willing to master our emotions to see it and then navigate in accordance to that. What I am also seeing as well is that it seems like there's a lot of people that may be sort of dealing with, how can I put it? We're not able to manifest in the way that we want. Our egos have been bruised, from what I can see, by our love for the people in our family, okay? And because of that, we're actually now having to figure out how we're going to manifest. We're having to basically utilize a lot more of our masculine energy, it seems, is what Spirit is saying, to be able to manifest this. And it seems like we're learning how to balance that masculine energy within ourselves to be able to cultivate this happy family dynamics that Spirit is actually giving us an opportunity to master. What is going on in the subconscious mind as we navigate through all this, Spirit, for this week? What? Okay. Okay, so in the subconscious mind, wow, okay, so
showing you.
In the subconscious mind, it seems as though we are walking away from certain contracts, guys. Interestingly enough, we're walking away from contracts where it seems as though people are living in their pride. And we're sort of walking away from those types of contracts. We're walking away from that within ourselves. And I feel like as we walk away from that pride, that egoic nature within ourselves, we're no longer engaging with people on that level as well. We realize that there's no door to healing there. There's just a door to more destruction. There's just a door to more of the same ego and pride attacking each other, basically. And it seems as though we're sort of blindly navigating through the process as we let go of this contract, but we'd rather do that at this point. We'd rather let go of the contract and figure out where we're going along the way, as opposed to continue to keep the contracts going, because it's actually affecting our ability to receive our downloads, because it's almost leaving us in situations where our mind is constantly consumed by the friction. It's constantly consumed by the arguments, by the fights, by the clash, by the conflict and tension. And it seems as though subconsciously we're choosing to just walk away, because we're saying, do you know what, that isn't in alignment with what I'm trying to create. That is only going to bring me more financial constraints. That is only going to continue to affect my coins. I don't want to do that anymore, you know. Let's have a look and see what's going on in the conscious mind for us this week as we navigate through the energies of this week. Oh wow, okay, so it seems as though a lot of us is actually sort of going through, we had the forecast of stormy weather basically in our community. So this can be our friendships, and friendships can take place in many different aspects. We can have friendships with our actual friends within our community. We can have friendships with family members. We can have friendships with our parents, with our children. But it seems as though there were a lot of sharp communication. It felt like there was a lot of stifled creativity. Communication wasn't necessarily its best, and now because of that, we're actually taking a step back to just observe instead. We're not reveling in the stormy weathers anymore. And it seems as though we're actually sort of learning about inner strength, as opposed to constantly having to let our ego show its external strengths. You know, we're finding the balance between our emotional strengths by just being able to let go of the stormy weather. What I do want to say at the minute as well is that there may be people within our community. I just want to clarify that part. Okay. There may be people within our community that may be struggling themselves in terms of finances, and that may have played a part in, you know, what was really materializing for us as we were sort of navigating through the energies collectively. But it seems like they're now in a better place themselves as well, because now everything's kind of opening back up, and you know, we're all starting to be able to, you know, stabilize. So it seems as though whatever was going on, everybody had underlying issues beneath the surface of that, and a lot of that had to do with financial constraints. Moving forward, the outcome for us is the daughter spirit, guys. Whoa. This is a door that is going to allow for us to be able to really live in the truth of our duality. The best way that I can put it, because the number that is assigned to this card is 32, right? And that results to the singularity of the number 5, and 5 is all about freedom. But in order to achieve that freedom, what I'm seeing is that we're going to have to connect to the Trinity within ourselves, the divine masculine and feminine energy of Christ consciousness within ourselves, to really be able to embody this freedom that Spirit's giving us an opportunity to really, succumb to. I want to say succumb because it's going to come with its own challenges, guys, and we're going to be asked to surrender, and it's important for us to go through that surrender. Okay.
It's
I think
amazing.
that's pretty much everything from me, beautiful, because
It's
they're saying to me, yeah,
it's amazing that all of this is coming out because um I did a video for divine masculine and divine
yeah,
feminine for the new moon in Cancer. And
yeah,
what you just said is what came out about owning our
yeah,
inner power and really, really letting go of what does no longer serve us. It keeps coming up and more. It's like
yeah,
spirit is telling us, don't hold on, close the door and move on. You know, I keep getting, what's that card that I get all the time is walking away. Which one is it?
Eight of Cups,
Eight of
reverse.
Cups. No, Eight of Cups. Let me see. Is it Eight of Cups? Yes. Six. No, not six. Five of Cups.
There we go.
Five of
Yeah.
Cups. Some of us are still in that state, not knowing that we have a lot in front of us. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot. So we're constantly looking at what we have lost, not seeing
Mm-hmm.
what's in front of us. This is
Mm-hmm.
what I keep getting. This and it applies to me as well. And
Absolutely.
so that is very on point. Thank you very much, Spirit, for coming up with. Well, I just felt like really, really decluttering my
Yeah.
wardrobe
Yeah.
and just getting rid of stuff that I don't longer need. You know, we have stuff that okay, for example, I have stuff from like 3 years, 4 years that I have never worn. I'm
Yeah.
never probably going to wear it again, but I'm
Yeah.
still keeping this stuff. And
Yeah.
it's of no good to me. Do you see what I'm coming from? Because it's not allowing me to bring new stuff into my wardrobe because the wardrobe is so full. And this is
Yeah.
the same with the self. If we do not
Mm-hmm.
empty ourselves of all the hurt, the emotional pain, the baggage that we're carrying, we need to come out of this. We need to be, yeah. I'm getting the six of swords, right?
Mm.
Releasing
Yeah.
the baggage, moving
Mm.
on to a new place. And this is what Spirit has been telling me, and this is what's been coming up in
Yeah.
all the readings that I've been doing over this
Mm.
moon, the new moon Cancer.
Yeah.
I'm getting very emotional now. I don't even know why. But
Oh.
yeah, it's all
Okay.
about letting go. And I can say for
Mm.
myself that I want to let go, but I'm still holding on to some things in my life
Yeah.
that it's not even serving me well, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm working on it. So I
Yeah.
started to clear out my wardrobe. I've got 3-4 bags full of stuff
Mm.
to take to the secondhand shop, hopefully when they open. But
Yeah.
this is important, not just for me. I think it's for the collective that we really come down to minimalistic way of living,
Yeah.
because a friend of mine said to me, he said, it's a beautiful young man that comes to help me with my garden. And he said to me, when you die, you're not going to take all of this with you. So there you have it. Clean up, clean up, clean up. Because when we clean up our surroundings, spirit can come in more. Do you know spirit doesn't like untidiness? Spirit doesn't like a space that is packed full, because all of
Yeah.
this stuff have energy. Whatever we
Yes.
bring into our space have energy,
Yeah.
and that energy
Absolutely.
takes up, well, you
Mm-hmm.
never know, it could be negative energy, because
Yeah.
things have energy in it. Even this cup here has energy.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I guess what spirit has been telling me in the last few weeks is
Mm.
to clear out all that does not serve you, so that spirit can come in and really take place in our life, so that we can
Yeah.
really begin to live that Christ consciousness. This
Mm.
is the message that I've been getting. So kudos to
Amen.
you.
Amen. No, thank you, beautiful. Thank you. The floor is yours. Take it away as and
Okay,
when.
let's see, what are we doing today for the and again, yes, what I was saying is for the feminine. Last time I did the reading for the feminine, most feminine are working away from this union. I think a lot of people are saying, I can't do this. I need to go look after myself. And I hear that from you. And it's just like, wow. So a lot of us are turning our back on relationships that we have been probably trying to mend for a long time and hoping that it would change. And you know what? Spirit is saying, move on. This is not going to change. And I think you touched on that as well just now, where you
Yeah.
were, oh, it's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So let's let's get some cards and see what's happening here. Right. Should we look in the dark side of the soul for the masculine and feminine?
Yeah, let's have a
Start from the
look.
dark
Seeing
side,
as
should
like,
we?
let's have a look and see what it is that we're walking away from.
Exactly. Okay, guys. So this is the Dark Night of the Soul cards. It's hexagon. I love it. Spirit said they wanted it in hexagon. I don't know why, but it's amazing. And there's 54 cards available to you to purchase. Just DM me. It's really good stuff because you can use it for your reading, or you can use it to kind of find out where you are with yourself, because we all have dark side and light side of us. And often the dark side does not reveal itself because it's quite hidden in the subconsciousness. And you can't really, you're feeling a way, but you don't know why you're feeling what you're feeling. It's like, no, that's not my feeling, but it is, because it's embedded deep down. And this is why these cards are here, to find out those hidden feelings or emotions that we have within us. So let's go see, guys, what the spirit have for us. Clarify, please. So let's start from the divine feminines, because we are the ones who are at the forecourt. So spirit, please give me 3 for my lovely divine feminine. What do we have? Oops, 2 fell out. Okay, 1 more please for the divine feminine. Lovely. Now let's go to the divine masculine. So I'll do the same all together so that it's easy to read. Yes. Spirit, please give me 3 cards for the divine masculines. What is there? I got 2. Come on. What is, show me please, what is their dark side of the soul for the divine masculines that we're looking at today? Where is their soul art? Spirit, give me 1 card please. 1 more. Thank you. Okay. Wow. I tell you, these cards, they just like, like they expose us. That's what I like about it. It's like we are totally exposed right now because you cannot hide. Okay, so for the feminine, the first thing we have was crisis. Crisis. So some of the feminine might be going through a crisis, but of course we're all going through a crisis, with the pandemic, and also some of us having to let go of a relationship might be a crisis in itself, right? And then we have self-imposed restrictions. So some of our feminines out there, some of you, and I can say that's for myself, and I'm looking at it, what area of myself am I self-imposing restriction on myself? And then we have jealousy. And I think you said something about, in your reading just now, about where some people, the collective energy, where there's a lot of friction and jealousies, a lot of people are not doing the work that they should be doing. And then when they look at other people doing it, they become jealous. And this is it. Collective, dark side of the soul for the collective feminine is crisis, jealousy, and self-imposed restrictions. Yeah, I take that one for myself. Because, there's a situation in my life that I could probably resolve, and I choose not to. And so for me, I've imposed myself a restriction on myself. So you guys can think about it, feminine. Where are you restricting yourself from moving forward? Okay, let's go see the masculines. The masculines have clinging. Okay, perhaps the masculines are clinging to what they believes, their limited beliefs, the way that they've been always doing stuff. Some of the masculine are quite headstrong, that, I'm not going to change from what I'm doing. Hold on. Clinging to their way of life. Yeah. Could be their bad behavior, their bad attitude, and whatever else. Addictions. A lot of people are still holding on to this stuff. And then we have lack of foresight. So that's what the masculines are going through. Cannot see beyond their nose. Some masculine find difficulty to get to with spiritual practices. So that would definitely bring lack of foresight. Okay. And then we have imprisonment for the masculines. So it's so easy how we all can get imprisoned by our minds, by the way we think and the things that we do. So this is really good, right? I think it's quite clear where we all are. Not too bad energies, because we've had worse, right? We really have had worse. So let's go and see. Let's have a conversation with the masculine and feminine, shall we? Yeah. Now that we know where everybody is, it's nice to know where we are. Yeah. Why are the feminines jealous? Perhaps some feminines are jealous because maybe their masculine is with somebody else right now. And that could bring a crisis into some of the feminines' life. Or they could be thinking about it, constantly thinking about, oh, he's with someone else, he's with someone else. puts you in a self-imposed restriction in your mind. Okay, let's go see what they are saying today. All right, Spirit, please show me what is the masculine saying today. What's the masculine feeling? It's so hot in my room. Bear with me. I'm just going to open the window quickly.
All good, beautiful. All good. It's quite the week.
I'm back. Okay, what is the masculine's feeling today? What's the masculine feeling? Spirit, show me one card. Okay, thank you. Wow, we have knowledge. Can you see it?
Yeah, yeah.
It's really good. So the masculine is feeling like they need more knowledge. Some of them are coming to realize that they are spiritually bereaved and they might be doing something about it. Because especially if you're not in communication with your masculine, perhaps they're talking to other people and getting knowledge about this whole journey. Okay? While the feminine is like, ooh, I'm giving up, the masculine is getting knowledge, which is nice. Where is the feminine? Where is she? What is she feeling? Let's go see. Spirit, give me one card, please, for the feminines. Feminine are manifesting. You can't make it up.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I see a lot of feminines doing a lot of work. Coming out, having their own YouTube, talking about healing, doing workshops. We are definitely manifesting, ladies. So keep going. And don't forget, your masculine is right behind you, right? Because they're seeking the knowledge. So that's what we're feeling. That's the feeling, right? Let's go see what they're saying. What is the masculine thinking? And we look at what the feminine is thinking. And then we look at what they're saying and the untold truth between the two of them. Because sometimes we're feeling things and we're saying, but what is the truth?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the masculine thinking right now? Spirit, we know he's feeling that he needs knowledge. He's getting knowledge. Yep, and he's probably thinking about you as well because you have brought a lot of knowledge into his life. So what is he thinking? He's grateful. This masculine is grateful for the knowledge, for the time spent, for all the good stuff that you brought into his life. He's really grateful. So that's what he's thinking, okay? He's thinking it. He might not say it to you because, you know, communication is hard. So what is the feminine thinking right now? Feminines, where are you? The self. Oh, my God. You can't make this stuff up. The feminine is thinking about the self. How ironic. Because in your reading, you were talking about how we are more to be focusing on ourselves at this time, and which is what we are all doing. It's amazing. We are, I mean, I shared with you my experience of clearing out my home and giving out stuff. So for me, this is the self, because there is no competition, you know. You have to be you. You have to really do the work. And it says, love yourself, feminines. That's what we're thinking, and we're doing it too. Okay, let's go see what is the masculine. What does the masculine want to say to his feminine at this time in this new moon with all these changes? What is the masculine got to say? What do you want to say to your feminine masculine? Ooh, that flew out. I don't know what to say about this. Okay, well, for some of you out there, your masculine would like a new beginning. This is what the masculine is saying. Oh my God. Wow. This masculine needs a new, fresh start with you. A beautiful new beginning. Now, feminine, are you going to give it to? Let's go see. Spirit, what is the feminine saying? Oh my gosh. Pleasure. So the feminine is all about pleasure. Well, this card actually says, I have learned that all that glitters is not gold. So you can take it both ways, either way. You can either say that, okay, the feminine wants pleasure, you know, she wants to be pleasured. After all this lockdown and time away, you know, it's quite fair, right? Or it could be that this feminine is saying, you know, I've seen all your tricks and games. I know that all that glitter is not gold, so don't come to me with that. Take it as it resonates. And that card fell right next to self-imposed restriction.
Okay.
So, like I said, take it as it resonates. It could be either or. Wow. This is something. All right. Let's go. So we see what the masculine is saying is like, I need a new beginning. I need a new fresh start with you, baby. And the feminine is saying, I have learned that all the glitter is not gold. So come with something better. Yeah, we can have pleasure, but where does it take us? Is that all you've got to offer me? Just pleasure? That's what the feminine is saying. But then you could be imposing yourself. But why not? You know, we're divine feminine. We deserve the best. Why should we be shortchanged, right? So the feminine is saying, all that glitters is not gold. Come with it. All right. What is the untold truth for the masculine? What is it that he is not actually saying here? He would like to, but he's not saying. Let's shuffle this properly. What is the masculine's untold truth, spirit? Oh. Truth came out. Masculine is saying that he would like to really reveal himself. And he's probably having difficulty bringing forth the truth in this matter. He wants to show himself like the peacock, but he's been holding back, this masculine. This is the untold truth, that some of the masculine has not been telling the truth, the whole truth. Whew. Let's go see what the feminine untold truth is. Oh my goodness. Today's conversation is it's something else. So we've got two people on different sides of the coin here. Let's see. Oh wow. The untold truth for the feminine is modesty. So for this feminine, she's actually being modest with herself in all that she does. And she has learned that this relationship, for some, has taught her how to be better with herself. You see that picture there where the woman is half covered up? She's not even covered up. So this feminine is saying that she's having modesty. She's covering herself up. She's protecting herself. She's protecting her inner self because she has learned that this relationship did not truly cover her up. That's the untold truth for the feminine. That I wasn't truly covered here. The truth wasn't told. And probably he hasn't been having modesty in his ways. But the feminine says, I am going to have modesty for myself. That's my untold truth. And, you know, it's really beautiful because I feel that for some of us feminine, having been away from our masculine for a long time, and some of us are celibate for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, even more. Modesty has become a big part of our life, you know, in how we carry ourselves, in how we live our lives. And also this Christ consciousness calls us to be the bride of Christ. And to be a bride of Christ involves really, really having modesty in your life, in what you do, how you do it. So that's the untold truth for the feminine and the masculine. Now, what do you think before I choose an affirmation card? What do you feel about what has come out tonight?
I think that it's absolutely spot on. I think even with the untold truth for the divine masculine nature being you know, untold truths, that really sort of it resonated, you know, it spoke volumes. And I think also for the divine feminine aspect being in a position of like modesty and just really being able to feel like, do you know what? I'm not covered. You haven't necessarily protected me in the way that I thought that you had. You are meant to in a lot of different ways. You know, I for lack of a better way of saying that, it's about expectations. It's just that I was giving you my everything and I didn't feel like you protected it. I didn't feel like you were able to really humble yourself to understand what it was that I was giving of myself to you. And I thought that that was just a beautiful conversation. Like when we got to the deep depths of the untold truth, I feel like everything else makes sense. I can understand why divine feminine is like, you know, not all that glitters is gold. I'm not really there right now. You know, we've done this before. I've done this little dance too hard with you back and forth. You need to be able to learn how to cover me. And without that, I don't know that I can, you know, I don't know that it's safe for me to put myself in your hands again. So that was very, very interesting. Thank you for that. I think the untold truth made everything make sense.
You know, it's this card, new beginning for the masculine. I want to kind of maybe I'll do a clarification, because when we went into the dark side of the soul for the masculine, we have clinging.
Yes.
And then we had lack of foresight. And then we have imprisonment. So I'm kind of wondering, what part of them wants this new beginning? Perhaps this is
Let's
what they're
have a
clinging
look.
to. Oh my God,
Let's have a look.
this is what they're clinging to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that is so sweet. That is
That
so sweet.
is.
But the feminine is like, I'm loving myself right now. I'm loving myself
Yeah, but it's,
and I'm manifesting, right?
yeah, yeah.
Do you think in the future there might be a reunion with this masculine and feminine that keeps
Yeah.
showing up
Because
in our conversation?
I don't feel like the divine feminine is saying, I don't want you. She's just saying, you don't know how to have me.
Yeah.
You know, it's not even that she's saying, I don't want you. He's saying, I want another chance. And she's just like, yeah, but you just want to do more of the same thing. That's all,
Woo!
you know?
So they're
So I think
they're
the
going
divine feminine's still open.
they're thinking they're feeling knowledge. They're feeling knowledge. So this is our
Yeah.
first card for the masculine. They're feeling
Yeah.
knowledge. So I'm thinking I would want to believe that a lot of our masculine are looking for ways how to gain more knowledge. They might be talking to a therapist
Yeah.
or even looking to tarot cards or a reader of some sort,
Yeah.
because I'm sure some of our feminine out there have had this conversation with their masculine about this soul journey and this divine union, and perhaps the
Mhm,
masculine didn't understand what that means at all,
mhm,
and so he's
mhm.
probably digging a little bit more into this and thinking, why is it I'm always thinking about this woman all the time, and no, she's always on my mind. What is it? And I can't get away from this thing.
Mm.
So I'm feeling that's where the knowledge comes from for the masculine. They're really digging in, and they're gonna get there, because you know what? And we also have to bring balance to our own masculine and feminine within, which is what you were
Mhm.
talking about. And so, even in saying that, we also, that part of us, of our masculine self, is seeking this.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
And for the feminine as well, that part of them is seeking that. The self wants to
Yeah,
manifest, and then the self has to be modest. That's another thing about the way women carry themselves these days.
yeah,
Showing off all that God's given you. It's not very
yeah,
nice. We need to have modesty, really. Because if I was a man, I wouldn't want my woman going on the street half naked, showing, excuse me. But we know why women do this. We know that there are different types of feminine energy, and we know that there's distorted feminine energy and there's divine feminine energy. And it's just a process that we all have to work through. So a lot of us start from being distorted feminine and slowly working our way into being divine, because this is our right?
yeah,
We were born to be divine. We were not born to just be ordinary. What is that? Ordinary human being. We were born to be superhuman. And so being a divine feminine, it's all about that. Knowing that you don't have to flaunt your body for someone to like you or for someone to want to be with you. It's not necessary. It's not needed. And that's why where we are today, with the lockdown and the world in so much pain and chaos, because
yeah.
of this distortion. It's deep. It's deeper than Atlantic. But we have to do a show on that one day. Okay, so let's go see. Should we pull a card, affirmation card, quickly before
Yes,
time goes?
please. Yeah, we've got about maybe 5 to 8 minutes. So,
Okay, quickly.
yeah.
Right. So these are another cards available for you guys, you beautiful soul. This is called affirmation cards. There are 78 affirmations, can be used daily. This is divinely guided, produced by me. That is so good. We all have downloads. We all have this information coming. Make use of it, because this has come from the fifth dimension. It is only
Mhm.
by the spirit that this came through. I'm just a messenger. Okay. All right. 3 cards, please. Ooh, one came out for the feminine. Another one, please. Don't have time for 3. Maybe one each. One each, please. One more for the masculine. What does the masculine need to know about? What affirmation do they need for their growth and their knowledge? Okay. I've got 2 for the divine masculine. I'll take one more for the feminine. All right. I'll start with the feminine. The first card that came out is, I love it. I choose to release all hurt and resentment. That is so on point with what we were talking about, letting go. So feminine, release all the hurt and resentment. I know, we've been there, we all been there, right? But by releasing, I'm sure we all feel better. just that tightness in your chest, the block of the heart chakra. We need to release it. It's beautiful. I love it for you guys. Love it for me. That's the work we have to do. Can you really do it? Can you? Leave me a message when you've done it. And you release the hurt. Right, the next one is, I'm feeling the love today. Are you feeling the love today? Are you? Are you feeling love, 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 love? Yes, love is in the air. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Like when I went jogging this morning, I was just so in love with myself, you know? Like I couldn't believe it. I did 3 laps on the field. It was awesome. So it's loving, and I felt that I was releasing whatever. I felt that I released something because I cleared my head about what I needed to do and why I'm not doing it. So that was a good feeling. Right, for the masculine, he says, I draw love and romance into my life with ease. What a charmer! Come to me, baby. Right. The masculine draws love and romance into his life with ease. Boy, what kind of masculines are charming, good looking, smells good. He does everything with ease. I love it. Okay, so the next affirmation card for the masculines is, I am always attracting fun stuff into my life. Masculine says he's always attracting fun love into his life. Fun, fun, fun. So he wants, yeah. So masculine, those are your affirmations. If you ever need, or you're feeling some way, just remember that you draw love to yourself and romance. Easy. So why don't you send that cord out and pull your feminine in? This is the affirmation for you, masculine. And always attracting the fun stuff. Well, we want to be part of that fun, don't we, feminines? And for feminines, you're really feeling love today. Look at you guys. You're shining. That's why you're so beautiful. And, feminine, I see a lot of growth in when I look at people. I can see people who have worked on themselves, like you're always shining. And so I feel that this card is really resonate with us, that we are always feeling love every day, not just today. I feel it, within the self, because everything is within the self. And so when we look outside of what is already inside of us, no wonder we get shortchanged. Because nobody can really give you that which you already have. Is when you do not know that you have it and you're constantly trying to tap it from someone else. Of course, you're not going to get it from there. So let us work more on ourselves, really, really loving each other, loving ourselves deeply. And I'm saying that before I go, today I made a carin. You know what that is? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well. CARIN. It's like an outdoor fireplace.
Yeah.
So I just made one today, and I'm going to be building a fire tonight to welcome this solstice and all that. So that is me loving myself, I'm going to dance around the fire and be really the light worker that I am, and maybe spoke my neighbors. That's all for me, folks.
No, thank you for that. That was beautiful, because I think that we were able to really just sort of see with those affirmations where both divine masculine and feminine are. And it was interesting because when you went to go, this card just randomly fell out. So I just want to finally, because I'm sure we're going to get the countdown in the next 30 seconds or so, but this is an affirmation for collective consciousness as well. Yeah. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. Okay, I'm going to repeat that one final time. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. Okay, so let's just sit in the vibration of love. Let's embody the frequency of love and let the miracles unfold, guys. And then next week, you guys can tell us all about it.
Yes, you can tell us about the releasing the hurt and the resentment. That's a big one. That is a big one. I tell you. Let's ring a bell for that one. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it rip like ballet. Goddess of Goddess of Hawaii.
No, definitely.
It's been a pleasure. I think that this week in your space, as usual. I said it's been a pleasure stepping into your space as usual. Thank you so much.
You too. It's been a pleasure to have you really just unmask us and really just clarify to us where we're really at and keep us authentic and genuine to ourselves, you know, like complete transparency, because it's easy for us to make assumptions, and it's easy for us to kind of judge another for their own sort of experiences, but to be able to just kind of see where divine masculine and feminine are. You have been divine, and there we are with the 30-second countdown. But thank you guys so much for stopping into the space. Definitely hit up Mystic Tira for those awesome cards, because they continue to unravel us time and time again, and we need that at this time. Okay, beloveds?
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your week, enjoy your day.
Stay blessed, everyone. And most of all, stay in bliss.
That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more.